What will motivate Tottenham more come Sunday? The race for top four or the drive to stop their rivals from taking the title? That's basically where we're at. And Martin very much has set the heather on fire with this. There's Barry, a Spurs fan. Tell Martin Keown to go back to his bed, sort his headache out. I've been a Spurs fan for over 40 years, since our deal is in Villa. I couldn't care less about what Arsenal do. I just want to see Tottenham become very successful once again. Martin, we don't care about Arsenal. Now, you are suggesting...
That is not the norm, what I hear from Spurs fans. But anyway, yeah, carry on, Jim.
And you're also saying that in the past, it's your experience that certain Tottenham players very much wanted to stop Arsenal from beating them, and that was top of their list of priorities, no matter whatever else you read into it.
I've been in both scenarios, or scenarios, as the Americanization of Simon wants to say that word. I've been in both situations.
Start with me, Karen. I was probably a pass and a time over top of your head.
So listen. So it's like, I've been there when Spurs.
I'd love to see.
You know, when you were trying to rely on Spurs. I remember in '99, Spurs went to Old Trafford. We lost the league by a point. And
go on, say it, Kieran. I
think it might have been in goal difference. And there it was that we saw Spurs had gone in front, and maybe they looked at that and thought, do you know what, are we going to help Arsenal to win the league? Their second half performance, I had a look at it a couple of years later, it was awful. They lost the game, and Man United, okay, Andy Cole scores a very good goal, you have to say, but he was allowed so much time and space. It's ridiculous. John Scales should be
Martin, this is almost scandalous. You're suggesting even way back then.
So I would.
Spurs underperformed.
So at the end of this
at
season,
Old Trafford, that Arsenal
didn't win the league.
Well, we've got that situation coming up, haven't we? So we're going to be relying on Arsenal in the last week of the season, where everyone's going to say, "Oh, look at the workload for Man City. It's ridiculous." But Spurs could be completely out of it by then. They're 9 points behind this weekend potentially, if it is that Chelsea don't do the business against Villa. So what I'm saying is, and then when we needed to play Spurs, it was always them trying to stop us. And that is a really difficult game, Jim, against your local rivals, because this is a Spurs side that can blow anyone away at home.
But why wouldn't they want to stop you?
I'm just saying their motivation was always about stopping Arsenal from winning something. How about having your own set of ideals, your own goals, set your own target?
And you think that's still the primary motivation?
I'm afraid it is. And it is, Jim. Look at how many years these fans have been without a trophy. 1991 was the last time we could say it was a trophy that was worth picking up.
Sorry for them.
Well, we're looking at nearly 40 years these fans have.
Terrible.
It kills them every time Arsenal win a game. I've been around I have Spurs fans, and they say, look, it's ridiculous. Arsenal keep winning. When they were on that 11-game run, I was bumping into Spurs fans saying, I said, well, look, you're doing okay yourselves.
Basically,
forget about
Arsenal
us. What's your motivation,
Arsenal
you Spurs fans?
live rent-free in Tottenham fans and Tottenham managers and Tottenham owners and
something
Tottenham
like
players'
that, yeah.
minds. Okay.
Martin, many people disagreeing with you. Of course they are. Tottenham fans coming out in force. Martin Keown's having a Kevin Keegan type meltdown this morning. There's another one from Darren. Jim, it's all about winning. Is Martin the new Victor Meldrew? Paul's a Tottenham fan. Paul, you're listening to this. I'm sure you are. What's your take on what Martin is saying? That you lot, your big priority is that Arsenal don't win the title. Doesn't matter where Tottenham finish. It's that you lot stop Arsenal. Is he right?
I mean, to a certain degree, of course, we will, as Keegan said, we'll love it if we beat them on Sunday. They've always sang, we won the league at White Hart Lane. So hopefully come Monday, they could have lost it at our ground as well. But I actually wanted to take Keown up on what he was saying about Brighton earlier.
Oh, yeah.
And the
Why not?
Keown, what's your surname, Paul?
Martin.
Thank you, Paul.
Yes, in terms of you saying that they were arrogant, and I thought this is coming from the same team that sing North London Forever and only moved there in 1913. It's the same team that have a pet dog called Win. It should be called should be called Bottle, shouldn't it? And last season you put gold trim on your sleeves and then had to quickly say it was the 20th anniversary for the draw of Invincibles. But we all know that was because you thought 8 points clear, it was done. So if we're talking about arrogance, I think we really have to look at Arsenal here. And I think it's harsh to be calling Brighton arrogant. And actually, yesterday, Brighton had more shots on target against City than they did against you. So I think they rolled over for you more than anyone.
Paul, no. I think you should be grateful, mate. Can I just tell you, you're not sitting where I'm sitting at the moment.
What age are you, Paul?
That's a bit ageist, isn't it, Martin?
No, what age are you, just out of interest?
38.
38. So, okay. So that puts you in the generation of Spurs fans that have never seen your club win a tangible trophy in all that time, have you? Because it's now since 1991. We're looking 33 years ago or so since you won a trophy worth winning.
Paul would have been 5.
So I can understand your viewpoint, but to remind you of the history of the clubs, Arsenal have won far more Premier Leagues. Have you won a Premier League? When was the last time you won a championship?
Of course not. Of course we haven't, and I'm well aware of that. And I wasn't bringing that up. I'm bringing up the fact that you called a team arrogant, and I think we need to be steady as an Arsenal guy.
I like your call, Paul. Listen, thank you very much.
Paul, no, what I'm accusing Paul of actually is as a football club, and Spurs is a fantastic football club, but what they should do is set their own targets. Forget about Arsenal. Why are they concerned about Arsenal?
Have you got your own targets, Paul?
Go out there, Paul, and win for you.
Paul, have you got your own targets?
Of course. I mean, Arsenal, we were in your sights when we were finishing in the top 4 and you were nowhere. And you used to love beating us. And yes, the tables are turned now. And of course we'll love to beat you. But
but when you have that dominance, you've gone above us, you've won no trophies. So there isn't a trophy for finishing above Arsenal.
And what are you guys going to win this year?
Well, we're still in the race, aren't we, for the Premier League?
You are, and hopefully we can put a stop to that Sunday.
I've got to say, we brought the country to a standstill this morning. Paul, thank you for your call, mate.
Thank you, Paul.
There's Chris in Wrexham. I am glued to the radio. I'm working in someone's house this morning. I can't get any work done. I'm addicted to your show. Keep up the awesome work. There's Arsenal supporting boxing promoter Frank Warren. There's only one Martin Keown. Go on, my son. Spurs went in North London until the
GLC was formed.
GLC was formed in the 70s. Yeah. They were a Middlesex club. Only one club in North London, and it ain't Tottenham. Paddy's a big Tottenham fan. Paddy, do you want to let loose on Arsenal invincible Martin Keown?
Don't know if you can let loose on him. Love the show, guys. Good morning to you.
Morning, Paddy.
I can't let loose on him, but
go on, Paddy. Go on ahead.
He is very bad, but you just about held on. In September, we got the draw. I was actually in sunny Cyprus watching it, and it was a cracking game, and I don't expect anything less this Sunday, but I am confident that we'll take the win. We have to. You know what I mean? Do I want Arsenal to win the league? Absolutely not. And I agree with Martin. The majority of Tottenham fans will agree, of course. But
he didn't say fans. He said players and managers and the club. And that no one's disputing that Arsenal or Tottenham fans want the worst for their two rivals. We're talking about the structure of the clubs, and their only motivation, as Ange Postecoglou's only motivation in this game will be to stop Arsenal. And it's rubbish. It's nonsense.
Yeah, but when Man City set out at the start of this season, Paddy, they're not worried about Manchester United. They just want to win it for themselves, don't they? They don't. Whereas your local rivals seem to be so much in your head that it's stopping you from winning anything.
I don't know. City is a different breed. City is a different breed of animal altogether.
I've got to say, Paddy, listen, thanks for that. We've got loads of Arsenal fans who are backing up Martin. Just wave your medals at these deluded, envious Tottenham fools, says Steve in Northamptonshire. James, take us to the break. You're a Tottenham fan. What do you want to say to Arsenal invincible Martin Keown?
Well, good morning to you all, first of all.
Good morning.
Martin, you've got ideas of grandeur if you think that that's what Spurs want. Spurs want to win.
Tell me what you want. Tell me what you really want. Go on.
3 points.
You want 3 points. You want 3 points, and you want to finish in the top 4. Yeah.
We want to win every game we can to the end of the season.
Yep.
We've not had the greatest of seasons. We've had blips. First 10 games fantastic. We had injuries and
transformational manager, wasn't it, at the start of the season?
Yeah, but do you really think that transformational manager is unprofessional enough to say, right, lads, go out there on Sunday, do everything you can, as long as Arsenal don't win the league, we're all right?
No, he wants to win for himself. But do you think he'll adjust his tactics in any way, shape, or form? They got run ragged against Newcastle, didn't they?
What was your question to Martin, James?
Do you really think that Ange Postecoglou is that unprofessional, as you are coming across as today, to suggest...
Who's saying he's unprofessional? I'm talking about the motivation. I'm talking about what is your motivation, James?
The motivation is 3 points, the same as it is every week, Martin.
So, yes. But I said at the very top of this show, it's about there's an equal jeopardy now. So this will be nice. So we should see probably the best ever derby game we've ever seen between
but
these
Martin,
two teams.
you are
you didn't
tugging
say that.
Tottenham tails this morning.
Of course I am.
You're
because-
tugging their tails
yes.
by suggesting it's been forever and a
Because
day
it's a fact.
since they've
It's
won
a fact.
anything.
If you walk into that cauldron, you'll see the hatred in people's eyes, and our players will see it at the weekend.
And you'll see it at the Emirates when Spurs go there.
And it's born upon us winning things and them losing things.
James, finish this off for us, mate. What do you want to say? Finish it off for us.
If you think that we're going to go to that game on Sunday hoping that we get the win so that you don't get the Premier League, then you're deluded. Because we could then go to Manchester City and your suggestion is that we might throw the game if it means you don't win the league.
Will it be anything on it? Will there be anything on it, James, by then? What would you be playing for then if you're out of the top 4 hunt?
If we're out of the top 4 hunt,
Hand on heart, would you really want to beat them and maybe Arsenal win the league?
What that means? Have you forgotten what pride is?
Well, we're going to see, aren't we? We're going to see, and it'll all unfold.
Exactly.
And let's see who the best
be
team is at the weekend.
And be proud.
Because we're ready.
Good call, James. I like that. Stiff upper lip from James. Martin, what have you done?
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.